So let's talk about those terms because this is important. I think a lot of times when we say computer science, again, people think coding. They think typing in lines of text that tell the computer what to do. But computer science is way bigger than that. And there's also another concept called computational thinking. And so you can see these are all computer-related concepts. And you can see that coding is actually pretty small. It's a pretty small portion of what it means to introduce computer science to your students. Computer science is, let's look at some definitions here. Computer science is the study of computers. So we're talking hardware and software. We're talking about implementation and how we use this device to make things happen. We talk about their impact on society. How can we use computers to make the world a better place? How can we make the world more accessible with computers? There's a lot of like kind of abstract thinking in computer science because we're thinking outside of the box. Computational thinking, on the other hand, actually involves no technology whatsoever. Computational thinking is actually just thinking like a computer. So we're taking complex problems and we're breaking them down. We're using all those problem-solving strategies like abstraction and decomposition and algorithms, all words that apply to all different subject areas. I know I taught decomposition and algorithms in math. I know we talked about patterns, which is another computational thinking concept in science. It's one of the cross-cutting concepts. So these two, computer science and computational thinking, are the bigger components. Coding in the middle there is just telling the computer what to do in the language it understands. Do you have to know that language too? Yeah, but we actually make it really simple because most of the coding kind of starts off with block-based. So you don't even actually have to know the syntax of how to tell the computer what to do. You really are leaning into that computational thinking and that computer science concept more. How can I solve this problem with a computer? How do I break this problem down so that I can use the computer to solve it? And finally, how do I write the code to make it happen? They play together, they're overlapping, but they're not all inclusive. So thinking is not the only thing. And as we look at these standards, you're going to see that it's only one of the practices. It's only one of the subcategories here. Now, what is important to notice is that none of these things, computer science, coding, or computational thinking, is just that everyday use of computers. It's not keyboarding. It's not getting online. It's not playing a game. It's not word processing or inserting pictures. Those are things that are more related to computer literacy or another one of the digital literacies. So we're focusing on the computer as kind of the thinking machine, or our brain thinking like a computer. Some more helpful documents that you might have seen. Again, these are going to be links that you're going to want to go to later. CS standards, that's just a link directly to the Illinois standards. So you can look at them, but we're going to actually show you a way better, I don't want to say better, an easier resource to use that my amazing colleague, Eric, created. Actually, Eric has done so much work to help support this presentation today and all of the work that the LTC has been doing related to computer science. So I need to give him a shout out because I think he's on here. He jumped on very quickly to help schools feel comfortable and confident with teaching computer science. So definitely shout out to Eric. In the middle there, you're going to see some fact sheets. These are all things that just help you kind of navigate that public act. That's where the legislation lies related to computer science and computer literacy. And if you want to dig a little bit more into now that you know a little bit more about what computer science means, what is computer literacy? That's probably the hardest thing, is to differentiate or discern the difference. There's the links back to the course catalogs and the course alignabilities for high school if you need to reference those as well. They were earlier in the presentation. But these are just some great resources all in one place. Sometimes when you need them, you got to go find them. I do every time. I have to go search every time I need one of these. And so here it is all in one place for you.